Hello, I hope you're good. So as you can see from the title of this video, this is my sit down chatty video about all my experiences with my breasts and surgery, and basically I'm going to talk to you about how I've got to this point where I am today. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm sat here speaking about this openly, because I've never really opened up about this before on my social media. Definitely not on my social media. Might have spoke to people about it one-on-one, like my clients, you know, if it comes up in conversation, I might have brought it up. But for me to sit down right now and just tell you about what I've gone through along the way to get us to this point is mad. So hello. I don't even know where to start. I literally don't. So I guess we'll start at the beginning. When I was going through puberty, my breasts didn't develop evenly at all. And this is so normal. This is the thing. This is so normal, and I know so many people, and you're probably watching this and it might be the case for you as well. My breasts were uneven, but they were significantly uneven. So one was pretty much fully grown, like a good C cup, and one was like barely there. Also, the circumference of my breast was a lot more narrow than it should have been for my frame. So there is something, and I'll leave it on the screen what it's called, obviously like a medical term. So it was a little bit more narrow, basically, for my chest wall size. Obviously, I had a few doctor's appointments when I was young, and a solution to the problem was obviously breast implants and surgery. I was going to the doctors for years prior to my 17th, and when I was 17 I got booked in on the NHS to have my surgery. Very exciting, but also quite tough when you're 17, especially a few people at school like cottoned on to the fact that I was having this surgery, and automatically people don't think about the psychological effect and my physical disfigurement. They think about, oh, she's vain, she's getting a boob job. So I kind of like played up to that, I think, at the time, just because I didn't want to get into it. I didn't want people to find out why. I had my operation, everything went well. Personally, I think that the implants that they put in were too heavy for my body, and the skin stretched and they double dipped. So my boob was in the top here and my implant was in the bottom, and the implant was pulling my boob down. So my nipples stretched about 13 centimetres in length on each side. So although my problem was solved and they were even, I now had a new problem, and my nipples were just stretching with the weight of the boobs pulling them down and gravity. And about 3 years after this, hang on, how old was I? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 4 years after my initial, so when I was 17, when I was 21, I had a reduction and an uplift on the NHS as well, with the same original surgeon, and he was going into retirement, so I actually went private, but it was still funded by the NHS, almost to get his surgeries done before he left for retirement. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest, because I just think that we'll get into it anyway. So I had a reduction and an uplift. This is where they take off the nipple, create an anchor and reposition everything up, and obviously replace your nipple. So you've got a scar going round your nipple, down and under like an anchor. So when I was coming round off the anaesthetic after this operation, obviously I was a bit like out of it, I looked down and my boob on my left side was swollen out to here, all up to my collarbone with blood. I think it's called hematoma. Again, I'll leave the word on the screen. Basically it hemorrhaged, so they cut like a blood vessel, and my boob swelled up with blood on this side all the way up to my collarbone, like I said. So he was in surgery with somebody else, and I had to wait for him to finish his surgery and go back in and get it drained and obviously like stitched back up, etc. What I think happened, and probably what did happen, is when I went in to get it drained, they opened this side up and not this side for comparison purposes, and in turn I've been left with my nipples stuck on completely differently, and they're completely different sizes to each other, which just is very annoying, because the original reason why I got any surgery done was because my boobs were asymmetric, and yeah, so it just baffles me that physically and aesthetically that problem just wasn't dealt with. It would have been a lot easier. Well, I don't think it's difficult to visually see and make it even. I had that operation and I was happy with the results because they were smaller, they were nice, they were a nice size, but the scarring was just horrific now. And the way it healed as well was just awful. With this as well, I don't want to get into too much detail with you. I'm going to describe it, but I'm not posting it out there for people to share in group chats and talk about behind my back. Like, this is a big thing for me to talk about anyway, so I don't want any pictures on the internet. So just take my word for it, they were a mess. Just to describe it to you, the scars around my nipples now currently are the width of 2 of my fingers all the way around. The scar underneath, so where it anchors, is about the width of 3 of my fingers, and then underneath is really thick. Along with the scarring, I have got keloid scarring internally as well, and they're really, really lumpy to touch. Another reason why I struggle so much with my relationship with my boobs now is the lumpiness is cause for concern. I've done it a few times over the years where, mainly when I'm in the shower, I just touch them, and I don't like touching them. I hate them. I hate my boobs so much, but I'd feel them and I'd feel a lump and I'd freak out and I'd book a doctor's appointment, go to the hospital, have a mammogram. Like, I was having mammograms more regularly than you would because of the lumps. So I couldn't distinguish if it was scarring or something to be concerned about. And still now, like, I don't know. That's a massive reason why I need these lumpy implants out, because I just want my body to be natural again. Just to say as well, I did get teardrop implants. I've never had implants to look like implants. Obviously, we're just trying to like solve a problem. So nobody knows, like you're probably watching this now like, oh my god, I did not realise you had them, because they look so natural. You just think I had naturally big boobs. If you're really pressing and feeling, they're really gristly and lumpy. So this is the scarring, and this is one of my issues as well. When I raise my arms, on the left side, I've got like a massive indentation, like a concaved part where all my scars meet. So you can feel like a hollowness underneath. Really weird. I hate the thought of having a foreign body in my body as well. It just like freaks me out. I think I hide my boobs well. Like, I couldn't tell you what size they are. I just haven't had them measured for the longest time. I wear sports bras, tight sports bras to squish them down. I wear bikini tops that squish them down. Bandos, like just literally flattening them down as much as I can. Obviously, you know, I wear baggy tops, I wear sweaters, jumpers, anything that's gonna make me look less busty, I'm a massive fan of. And quite honestly, I've not really looked at them and studied them until now that I've booked this surgery and I'm getting something done about it. Although the shape was nice, the scarring was now an issue. So that was when I was 21, that operation, and obviously I'm in a relationship, and a happy relationship. Like, generally, I love my body, I like working out, I like eating healthily, I also like pigging out and not exercising too, like, but equally I look after my body and I'm grateful for my body. Like, listen, I nearly died last year, we all know this. I am grateful for the body that I've been given. I'm turning 30 this year. I just want this problem solved once and for all. I am booked in 5 days time to have my implants removed completely. And with that, all the scarring's gonna get taken out as well, and everything that I'm concerned about will be gone. So to create my shape, I am having fat transfer, And it's just crazy. Like, if this was an option when I was 17, obviously I would have gone for it because I've never really wanted implants in the first place. But I don't know if they would have done that then because, you know, I was younger. I might not have fat how I have it now. Who knows? Also, I think it's more of an expensive procedure what I'm having this time. I'm not sure if the NHS do breast surgery anymore, like what I had the first and second time. I will say I am going private. I am going with Spire Hospital in Didsbury in Manchester, and I have chosen John Murphy, Dr. John Murphy, as my consultant, and yeah, he comes very, very highly recommended. He is an expert at breast surgery. He specialises in breast surgery. He works closely with breast cancer patients and he does a lot of reconstructive work, and he's famous in his line of work. He is exactly who I need for my complicated breast surgery case. I had my initial consultation with him. He's studied me for quite a while and was just looking at me to figure out the best solution. Now, I will add as well, I have tried to go back to the NHS to rectify the mess that I was left in, and they wouldn't touch me because they said that I could lose my nipples completely. There's just so many complications. The NHS sent me for a psychological assessment and they basically told me that there was too many risks and put me off. So the fact that John Murphy looked at me and just was like, I'm in an hour about what to do, is like, just bear with me. It's not that I can't operate, I'm just trying to figure out the best solution. So straight away I was thinking, oh my God, he's got a solution to my problem. First of all, I said to him that I didn't like having the implants. They've always caused more and more issues over time. And they do have a shelf life, so it is something that you're gonna have to reconsider every 10 to 15 years or so often. He gave me the option to completely remove them and do fat transfer, so liposuction, from my back and the sides here and also my tummy. The fact that, you know, that was a means to an end. I suffer really badly with storing fat on my back. I'm very petite, I'm 5'2". I've got very skinny legs and I'm an apple shape. So I retain weight around my core, like an apple. So my back has always been a problem area of mine, even when I have worked out. There's always something. The way that we can use this fat and rebuild and construct me a natural shape with a neat nipple, all reconstructed. Honestly, I was so excited. And I'm gonna vlog this for you as well. I just wanted to do a sit down video to begin with, but the vlog is coming soon. So we agreed that we would do fat transfer, rebuild my breasts up and have them higher up as well on my chest wall, because he measured, my boobs aren't saggy by the way now, not at all. That's not the issue. They're actually quite perky. They're just very big and very scarred. But he measured from my collarbone to my nipple, and he said that if I was about 5'8", 5'9", that would be perfect. But I'm 5'2", so the way that my boobs sit now, so I've not had the surgery yet, is very low, like on my body. So I feel like I'm boob and then my belly button is just there. There's all this space that my boobs are taking up, which actually doesn't do me any favours in terms of proportions. He's wanting to build my boobs up higher on my chest wall, smaller, and obviously really take my nipple down in size, because again, they just keep stretching, stretching, stretching. All well and good, left the appointment really excited, and then I thought, shit, like this is gonna cost a fortune. So I got a breakdown. I'm not gonna discuss price or anything like that, but I got a breakdown and evaluated my options and decided to go for it. Then I realised, okay, I've had 2 breast surgeries before. I know how the recovery is for that, but I've never had liposuction. I don't want to start Googling it and going down a bloody rabbit hole of putting myself off. So I booked a second consultation with John Murphy just to answer a few questions that I had regarding the process, I guess, and like how it was all going to work. For reference, I inquired in January, I went for my consultation in February, my second consultation at the beginning of March, and it's the end of March now, and my operation is on the 5th of April next week. Oh my god. Today I have just been for my pre-op, and I've had my bloods taken, my blood pressure, my weight, my height, everything like that. And then I have got a phone consultation with the nurse on Monday, the day before my operation. And then I'm in for my operation on Tuesday. Can't quite believe it. Cannot believe it. Here we are. I just wanted to catch you up and sit down and just talk to you about my journey I've had with my boobs, because it's been a nightmare. And if I could speak to the 17-year-old me, I don't know if I would have had that initial surgery. Like, hindsight's a wonderful thing, I don't know. It would have been interesting to see how my body continued developing without tampering with it. I don't know if I was fully formed at the age of 17. I don't know if that had something to do with the way that the implants reacted with my body. I don't know. But what I am trying to say is, if you are concerned about your body or anything like that, I'm not promoting you in any way to go and get surgery. I'm not. This is not what I'm saying. This, for me, the surgery that I'm about to have is the means to an end. I need to get rid of these implants that are just causing havoc, and my body is rejecting quite clearly anyway. This is kind of a message for me to say stop and think about things before you do them. Even though you think you're trying to fix something, in the long run it could have a negative impact in another way. Every action has a reaction. Just see how your body naturally develops or forms or grows, whatever it is that you've got an issue with. Just wait it out and see. If you 100% need to do something about it, or you decide that surgery is your only option, then it's so difficult. Then do your research. Do your research. I couldn't tell you what that surgeon that did my first 2 operations looked like, who he was, anything about him. This surgeon, John Murphy, now has come so well recommended. Like, so many people I know have had implants by him and they look fantastic. I know that he's worked on people that have had breast cancer. I know that he is an expert in his field. So I am more than happy to turn up on Tuesday and have this surgery. I'm gonna leave this video there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was insightful, and stay tuned for the vlog. I've already started it with the consultations, and I'm going to take my camera with me for the whole process. Subscribe while you're here, like this video, comment underneath, go follow me on Instagram if you're not already, and yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more boob talk coming soon if you're interested.